Okay, so over here we have another side one that's not linked to the other ones. This side one here is linked to this section up here, which is maybe okay for watering needs. There's a little different sprinkler heads here. On the other side, however, all these side ones are just on their own unit, and then the very front is on its own. So they put the side ones all by themselves, which is nice for a channel, and then the very front ones on the front. So now in here, this is one piece that we need to address. I saw your email that you're going to send out some grading guys. The grading guys last time were 4 or 5 Latino gentlemen. They ripped up about 15 square feet of sod in a straight line. You can kind of see the different height right in here if you look close. They ripped it up. They put maybe 2 wheelbarrows of dirt down, about 3 inches, put sod back over and left. So as you can see in here, the grading issue is going to be more significant than 2 or 3 inches of dirt. It's still very wet, and it runs all the way through here, and there's a channel all the way back into this tree. And this section here stays completely unmowable because it's so wet. If you let it dry out a couple days, I've let it dry out 2-3 days, the center grass all dies because you can't water that separately. So it's kind of an issue because all those are on different units. So no matter what, the center section here is always going to be an issue with water. As you can see, it's a cup right in there. So even if we don't let it water, it's a big cup right there, and there's no drain towel or anything in there. So it's just always an issue. Can't get a mower up, can't get anything in, it's wet. Just kind of a disaster, honestly, in there. This irrigation and the grass has just been, working with Lennar and closing and everything else has been fine, but this irrigation and lawn has just been a complete mess. I talked to the irrigation guy who installed across the street, and he said, oh yeah, the guy who installed your irrigation and the neighbor next to us was new. My neighbor's over here, his irrigation system is the way it should be. He's got perimeter, he's got center heads, he can water it where it needs the water, and then where you don't, we don't need it. Mine is kind of a hodgepodge. Other thing in the email that I didn't see addressed is this tree right here was moved off the property line that was in the center. It was right next to this pink peg. They didn't ask us where we wanted to move. They didn't anything. It's already, as you can see, pretty much dead. It was right there, and they decided to move it right there by this tree. So I didn't see that addressed in an email. So we got to make sure that's addressed. I don't want this thing that's dying right next to here. Not sure why they moved it. It's obviously too close to make a deal with the city. I mean, I don't think they're going to like that either. So we need to do something with that. Preferably this guy is dead anyways, so this guy should go and we should replace it with a different tree. This tree should maybe be right where he is, and a little bush can be up there, and we put another maple tree right there. So, but this next to here, that's not how it's supposed to be here, guys. So, so I'm recording this, I'll upload it to YouTube again so you can see it, but let's, this will be the, I don't know how many times, we got to make sure this is addressed. This irrigation and sod and trees have eaten up way too much time. It shouldn't be this challenging. I guess the bigger issue is that the guys that are out here installing it, if I were on a customer service side, I'd make sure they were qualified individuals and someone was reviewing their plans. And that grading issue on this side was something I pointed out before when we were in process. We pointed it out before closing, pointed it out before everything, and they said, yep, we're going to grade it. We'll make sure there's water drainage in this area. And they put it down. The neighbor next to us talked to them beforehand, and they've put in tickets too in this center area. They're kind of frustrated because this entire area, like I said, stays very, very wet, unmowable, very challenging with irrigation. So we really need a plan for what we're going to do moving forward. We can't just have 5 or 6 gentlemen rip up 3 feet of sod, put 2 inches of dirt down, and call that good. I need to put a fence along here. I have it all approved, or I'm working with the city on it. I have a child with a disability that elopes, so it's a safety issue. So I really need this along here fixed with what we need to do, so we can install that fence for safety purposes for that child. So I'd really appreciate your attention in this. I'd say in this email, let's get some solid next steps so we can have this fixed in one shot. That'd be great. Okay, Zach, here's that one that I showed you was station number 3. Now here's station number 2. You can see station number 2 has a center head here all by himself. And then it also runs over here in the corner and up towards the house there. So again, we're kind of at different significantly different watering needs between over there and the center. So you can see that out here there's sun, plenty of drainage, whatnot. Over here we have shade and a valley. So definitely different watering needs again on the system. They, for whatever reason, hooked those up together. Okay, Zach, we're making you a little bit of a video here. As you can see, the sprinklers along this side are all hooked up to that center sprinkler right there. And unfortunately, all of these sprinklers across this corner don't need to be run as much as the one in that center. So that was kind of how this system was set up, so not really ideal or very effective here with this. I'm gonna pause here and we're gonna move to the next set of the sprinklers so you can see this.